Good evening. Good evening, and welcome to the Village of Manteno Board meeting of Monday, June 3rd, 2024. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask that everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll now take the roll. Boyce? Martin? Dole? Here. Crockett? Here. Geske?
Here.
Phillips? Here. We do have a quorum. With the absence of the mayor, I'd like to ask for a motion to appoint a mayor pro tem.
I make the motion.
But you have to name who it is.
Yes.
Okay. Motion by Phillips, second. Second by Dole to appoint Trustee Geske as mayor pro tem for tonight's meeting. I'll take the roll now. Phillips?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Geske, the meeting's yours.
First item on the agenda is the reading of minutes. Everyone's had a copy included in their packets. Any changes, corrections, deletions? Seeing none, I'd accept the motion to approve them as presented.
I'll make that.
Motion by Crockett, second by Phillips. Roll call.
Crockett?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes. Next item is public participation. First person is Francine Fatima.
Good evening. A headline in the local Daily Journal newspaper reads, Goshen buys 231 acres of land here in Manteno. I have a quote from William Faulkner, American writer, who said, "Never be afraid to raise your voice for honesty, truth, and compassion against injustice, lying, and greed." And that's just what the concerned citizens of Manteno are about. This village is going through terrible turmoil because of this body's actions in allowing Goshen, a communist company, to get its foothold here. Are we residents easy marks and a complacent, sleeping mass of people? I don't think so. 2,300 of us concerned citizens of Manteno say we are wide awake and demand our village be protected, as it should be, from marauders like Goshen. And you, trustees, are the ones who were put in office to do it. Think back, if you will, 1 week. 1 week ago was Monday, May 27th. Remember all those servicemen and women who died in order for Americans to keep their freedom. At Abraham Lincoln National Cemetery, hundreds of volunteers laid flags on the 70,000 plus graves. Heart-wrenching it was. Remember those patriots who gave their all and say no to Goshen.
Next person is David Kiken.
Hi, guys. We look at us here at times like we're lunatics, The only lunacy I've experienced lately has been the idea that our elected representatives are making decisions in the best interests of their citizenry. To get things passed that these representatives want, they just change the rules. Last week in the Illinois General Assembly, when the vote was not going the way they wanted, they just changed the rules. After 2 votes that didn't get the desired results, it should have then been tabled. What did they do then? They voted to suspend the rule of a 2-vote maximum and voted until their bill was eventually passed. In Manteno, if you don't like an opposing opinion, you limit those opinions. In Manteno, when a property is not zoned for the building of a CCP toxic plant, our board just changes the rules by changing the zoning. With the change of zoning, we still have a stipulation that toxic substances should not be allowed, but instead of protecting the citizens, that rule will also be changed. Our governing bodies in America nowadays are getting more and more authoritarian than democratic. This is such a great deal for the citizens of Manteno that our governor has already started issuing parts of the $536 million that he's promised them. It's such a great deal for the taxpayers of Manteno that I'm experiencing a 10% increase in property taxes this year, a whopping 45% increase since we moved here in 2015. I know that I'll be told that the village is just a small portion of this increase, but if the mayor can appeal to the school board on behalf of a CCP-owned company, why can't he appeal to them when it concerns the welfare of the taxpayer? And it's not like the increases for our schools are doing a whole lot of good. Have you seen the current reading and math skill results? Not pretty. Aqua, we sold it to them, our water thing, for $25 million, but now I'm going to get a 21 to 24% increase in my water bill, because it's got to be paid by the taxes, not the corporation that we're giving $8 billion to. This is a decision that will affect the residents of Manteno for generations to come. I watched the mayor pitching a ball to his grandson in his front yard a couple weeks ago, and I just thought, you know, we're not going to be here in 30 years, me and the mayor and maybe some of you. It's a known fact that there are members of Goshen that attend the CCP meetings. This is a regime that persecutes people of faith, persecutes the freedom of speech, according to the China Tribunal, an independent people's panel in London, a regime that forcibly
Thank you. That's your time.
organs from prisoners of conscience for years. And over the past 25 years, millions of people of faith, people that believe in a free press, and people who believe differently than the government have been thrown into forced labor camps, brainwashing centers, and jails all across China. These are the people who our Vietnam veterans fought, and we want to partner with them. If things don't go just perfectly, either environmentally or governmentally,
Your time is up.
will our descendants appreciate what we're doing here?
Thank you. Next person is D.
Just a few things. So I just wanted to say, you guys probably have not been seeing a lot of us here lately, but we are here. We are still watching. We still care, and we're still going to fight this. And I know the mayor is too busy, but Dave took the words right out of my mouth about the property taxes. So it'd be really nice if you guys could fill him in and ask him to bring in companies that could help decrease our taxes instead of raise them. Like, it's unbelievably crazy how much the increase is this year. I love the rebate we get at the end of the year, but it doesn't negate the increases that we get every year. So if we can get some companies in here that are actually going to help alleviate the pressure off the residents who are struggling every day in this beautiful little town that we want to stay in, that would be really appreciated. Thank you.
Next person is Sandy Chiz.
So you've heard all about how most of the village is against Goshen, so I won't go over all of that again. But I am here to talk about the property tax bills again. It increased a substantial amount. I'm a widow, and I'm on a fixed income. And I'd like an explanation as to why my taxes aren't capped, yet a communist company gets that benefit. And this is a state thing. I mean, this was decided by the village and the state. So I want it explained to me, and you can explain it to me in either English or Chinese, wherever your loyalties lie. I can't believe that you've destroyed the legacy of this trustee village for a communist company. And God help you all if there's any type of leak or explosion or anything that happens from that factory, because you will have no place to hide and you will have no place to live and your own conscience will be destroyed. And I have to say one thing. I did hear a for argument for Goshen. It said, if we don't grow, we'll die. Yes, it's true. If a village doesn't grow, they die. But this is not the way. This is not the right company. The risks are too great, and the growth is at what cost? Look at what it's cost you guys already.
Thank you. And the last speaker is Julie Holda.
So you can't see her unless I lift her up. But this is why we're here, for her. We're not going away. We're going to keep fighting for these kids. And we would really like if you could spend some of that money that you're spending everywhere else, if you could fix the pillow so she can enjoy it. Because it's faulty and it keeps being broke and they don't get to enjoy it. So we will stay here and fight for her. Right, Gemma? Right.
Okay, that concludes public participation. We are now on to Village Administrator's Report.
Thank you. I have nothing this evening.
Okay, Public Works and Utilities, Trustee Boyce is not here. Trustee Crockett, would you take his items, please?
Yes, I will. So we have ordinance 24-03, which is an ordinance authorizing the sale of personal property, which is surplus municipal equipment. Jim, I'll have you elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, we have 2 old brooms that we've used for cleaning Main Street sidewalks with the snow. One's about 10 years old, one's about 20 years old. They're both, we've limped them along for years, and we got a new one about 2 or 3 years back, and it's way better unit, so we don't need them. They're taking up space. And then a 20-year-old mower deck for that same piece of equipment. Again, questionable if it works. We haven't used it, and it's not in good shape, so time to get rid of some of the old stuff.
Thank you on that, Jim. Also, we have a consideration regarding a motion to award the contract for 2024 MFT resurfacing project to Gallagher Asphalt Corporation of Thornton, Illinois for a cost of $876,590.52. Each year, the village uses motor fuel tax dollars to maintain and improve as many street locations as possible. This year, we are repaving some roads in town as well as tar and chipping both South Cypress and North Spruce roads. We also have a consideration, a motion to approve the purchase of a 2024 John Deere Tweel Commercial Z-Track mower from A.H. Walker here in Manteno for a cost of $14,747.81. This is a Sourcewell price. Jim, if you want to elaborate a little bit on that as well.
Yep, just getting another mower for use of keeping up with all the parks and swales and everything else. We've got 5-footer mowers right now. Just wanted to get one size bigger, hopefully keep up. Even the new Public Works building, just a lot of extra yard and grass for us to mow.
We are buying that from a local company here as well. That is the only items on the agenda this evening. The next, Tim Boyce's next Public Works Committee meeting is Tuesday, June 25th, 7 a.m. here in the Village Boardroom.
And that will be changed to Wednesday, the 26th. Is that correct? Okay. So it's not on the agenda, but there was a memo that went out very late on that. Next is Properties and Recreations. Trustee Martin is not here. Trustee Dole, could you please take his items?
Sure. Have
consideration for a motion to approve the proposal for a square and second church install to LT Church Pros LLC, St. Church, Peatone, Illinois, for a cost of $207,818. As discussed at several committee meetings, the board decided to install turf in the existing grass area at the square on Second. Along with that installation, it was determined that the existing turf is near the end of its life and should be replaced so all the turf will match. The north tree is failing and will be removed for safety reasons before the new turf is installed in that area. Any questions on that? So
No.
that Sam does not have a meeting coming up. As needed, so that would be all for him.
Okay, and then you've got public safety and health.
I don't have any action items on the agenda tonight. The next meeting is also the 26th of June at 7 a.m. here on Wednesday in the village boardroom. The police department has had some numerous complaints around the areas of cars speeding in neighborhoods and are giving extra attention to these areas. Here's a reminder of the speed limits in the village. A maximum speed limit of 20 miles per hour is on most streets of the village unless otherwise posted. A maximum speed limit of 30 miles per hour is allowed on Maple Street from 8th Street north to Ronnie Gray Drive. A maximum speed limit of 35 miles per hour is allowed on Ronnie Gray Drive, which is 10,000 South Cypress Street, south of its intersection with Division Street to the village limits, and Sycamore Street from its intersection with 3rd Street, County Highway 9, to its intersection with Rock Creek Drive. Notwithstanding the speed limit restrictions just mentioned, no person shall drive any vehicle within an area designated school zone at a speed which is greater than 20 miles per hour when children are present. The following streets are hereby declared park zone streets and shall have a maximum speed limit of 20 miles per hour on any day children are present and within 50 feet of motorized traffic. Maple Street from its intersection with Ronnie Gray Drive, thence north to the north end of Legacy Park. Ronnie Gray Drive from its intersection with Maple Street, thence west to I-57. The speed limit is 40 miles per hour on Sycamore Street between County Road 9 and the southernmost village limits. The maximum speed limit is 45 miles per hour on Sycamore Street north of its intersection with Rock Creek to the village limits. And during the summer, pay special attention to events that may be going on because no person shall drive any vehicle upon any street or public way within the corporate limits of the village at a speed which is greater than reasonable and proper with regard to traffic conditions. And the use of streets, public way, or endangers the safety of any person or property. Also wanted to mention, and maybe Jacob, you want to talk about, we have movies in the park this Thursday. And we got the shred coming up too, so.
Yeah, so events are well underway here in Manteno. This Thursday is our first Movies in the Park at 7:30. The Manteno Wildcats will be doing concessions, and we'll have a bunch of our movie sponsors out there doing giveaways, games, and all sorts of fun stuff. And then a couple weeks after that, we've got our Rockin' on the Square summer concert series coming back. Of course, same thing, BYOB. There'll be a bunch of food trucks. All our sponsors will be out there giving out giveaways and games as well. So we invite you to come out to all these free community events.
Also want to talk about the shred event, which is Saturday on South Main Street from 9 to 11. So everybody can bring their documents that they want shredded. So, and just, this weekend was a great weekend using the parks uptown and different things. The Heritage was busy and lazy too, just in between the rain on Saturday, but definitely on Sunday. So everything is, we have great parks in this town, and I hope we all enjoy them. Because there was a lot of stuff going on this weekend, and it was great to see the hot rods were here too out there. And tomorrow night will be the car show too. Yeah. All right. Thanks. That's it.
Planning and zoning, Trustee Crockett.
Thank you. I have one item on the agenda this evening, which is ordinance 24-02, which is an ordinance granting a special use permit for automotive repair, including body works, in the FB-1 zoning district for the property located at 450 North Locust Street in Manteno. That was the old printing building across the street from Burkhart's. A public hearing was conducted by the Planning Commission on May 14th, at which time all interested parties were given the opportunity to speak about the request. There were no objections to the request, and the Planning Commission is recommending approval of the special use permit. We have the next Planning and Zoning Committee meeting has been canceled. That was for the 25th. The next Planning Commission meeting has also been canceled. That was for the 11th. And that's all the items I have on the agenda for this evening.
Okay. Under Finance, I have payment of bills in the amount of $98,848.37, of which there are no TIF bills. Bills authorized and paid between board cycle were $41,791.45. Our next Finance Committee meeting has been changed to Wednesday, the 26th, here at 7 a.m. at the Village Boardroom. And that's all I have on Finance. General Government, Trustee Phillips.
I have nothing on the agenda tonight.
Okay. That being said, I would entertain a motion to have a consent agenda, of which we would act on the following items. Under new business, ordinance 2402, an ordinance granting a special use permit for automotive repair, including body works, in property located at 450 North Locust Street in Manteno. Ordinance 2403, an ordinance authorizing the sale of personal property, surplus equipment. And then under awarding of bids and authorizations to purchase, a motion to award the contract for the 2024 MFT resurfacing project to Gallagher Asphalt Corporation out of Thornton, Illinois, for a cost of $876,590.52. A motion to approve the proposal and purchase of the square on 2nd Street turf to install at LT Turf Pros LLC from Peatone, Illinois, for a cost of $207,818. A motion to approve the purchase of a 2024 John Deere Tweel Commercial Z-Track mower for a cost of $14,747.81 from Hogan Walker here in Manteno. And then finally, the payment of bills, the amount of $98,848.37. First, I would like a motion to have a consent agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Crockett,
Second.
Second by Phillips. Roll call.
Crockett,
Yes.
Phillips,
Yes.
Dole, Geske.
Yes. And then, are there any items that need to be taken off the agenda? Seeing none, motion to approve these items. Motion by Dole, second by Geske. Roll call.
Dole, Geske,
Yes.
Crockett,
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Okay. Comments? Trustee Dole.
This weekend, the parks were being used, and the parks, just the gentleman, I'm not his name, took care of the hogs and
Hero Hogs and Hot Rods, and did a great job, Jacob, with that.
not you, not the gentleman from Heroes and Hogs, he was on the radio today and he talked about it's the best group ever and biggest attendance, and he's so happy to be here and having him mention just very good thing for all you do, Jacob. But we got a lot of things going on. Everybody needs to get the schedule and to know where they should be and when. So those parks weren't here 20 years ago. So.
No. Someone had the foresight to bring those improvements to town, and we're paying off dividends now, so.
It was very good, especially for the Vietnam vets.
Trustee Crockett?
I was going to voice the same thing. I attended that yesterday, and it was a great event. And again, Jacob, great job pivoting from Saturday's bad weather. That can't be an easy feat with something that large to do that at the drop of a dime. So great job. And very well attended and all for a great cause, so that, very nice. That was it.
Trustee Phillips?
No comment.
And again, piggyback on everything that you said, Diane, parks are doing great. Jim, one thing, if you could comment a little bit about, it was brought up, and obviously we see the Facebook post and stuff, but hard to believe the square on Second is as old as it actually is. Can you give us an update about the Jumpy Pillow? I know that we've got some maintenance stuff that we are currently working on, and can you kind of give us an update as to where we're at?
Yeah, we kind of found out that I think the fabric might be going a little, either a dry rot or just like a delaminating of the actual jumping pillow. We're just kind of looking into it today and figuring out what's going on. We checked the blower. We checked to see if there's any water in the pipe. Cleared it all out. We've redressed the sides, moved the sand back in, and kind of it's supposed to like pinch the jumping pillow down. You wouldn't believe it's not a very, techno-savvy thing. It's literally a ditch dug around. They put this fabric in. We bury it with sand, and it's leaking. We don't know what's going on. So we're trying to figure it out. I've been in contact with the owner of the company, that jumping pillow company. So I got pictures in. We're working on it.
Do we know what the average life expectancy is supposed to be?
We're getting real close. I think it's right around the 7-year mark. I think we've had it in for 7 years, so.
And during that time, we've had it vandalized, we've had excess, a lot of use, which is the reason why we put it in there, but we may very well be looking at time that we have to be exploring the options of replacement, and obviously everyone wants to see it up and going and running well, but things happen, right? It's a mechanical item, so.
Same thing with the turf. That stuff have improved in time, a lot more advanced in that fake grass turf stuff. So the stuff we put down wasn't really high end and not like sports field rated or anything. So putting in a little bit of an upgraded product in, and something that'll hold up a little bit longer.
And then we also are the outdoor fireplace. There's I saw in the reports that we got an issue going with that as well.
Yeah, I was out of town last week, but I'm catching word of it right now. I think the burner might not be working, and the like a thermocouple or something that kind of catches the flame. So we're working on a few things there. So
no new vandalism.
Nope.
I
think just things getting old now and just kind of all hitting it at once. So.
Right. Well, you guys do a good job of making it look new, but sometimes just because it looks new doesn't mean it is. So that's it. All that I have. I'd accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Phillips, second by Dole. Roll call.
Phillips? Dole?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes. That is it. Thank you for coming.